Mobile Water. Mobile Water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
It's Monday, the 12th of August, 2024. Good afternoon and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We are coming to you live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Adjuatin Krama. Domina coming up. Comments by Citi MP Brian Champon generate criticisms from a section of the public. This afternoon, we hear from a governance analyst, Professor Bafo Ajimandua, who wants political parties to call their members to order.
The parties themselves, the leaders, always call their members to order when such statements are made. And in fact, I would even suggest that they distance themselves when such statements are made by their members.
Also coming up, National Lottery Authority loses 1 billion cedis of their annual revenue to illegal lottery operations as they lament political interference in dealing with the challenge.
Ghana's lottery field is estimated by the World Lottery Association to raise 1.8 billion cedis a year. Out of this, about $1 billion is in the hands of the illegals. They don't pay taxes. You don't know them. You go after them and it becomes a political matter.
Still in this bulletin, Commander residents move planned protests over the proposed leasing of the Commander Sugar Factory to the nation's capital, Accra. We'll tell you why and what's next for the protest, which was originally scheduled to take place tomorrow, August 13.
Commander Sugar Factory is not for only the indigenes of Commander, it's for the whole Ghanaians. We will join forces with the youth in Ghana, then we demonstrate and we send our petition to the presidency.
And later, after 16 action-packed days, the 2024 Paris Olympic Games end in style. We'll have a wrap of who won what and Ghana's prospects in future games. Stay with us for details of these and more stories coming your way in the next 30 minutes. Remember, this bulletin is live around the globe on citinewsroom.com, on YouTube, and on Facebook. This is Citi 97.3 FM. Across the country, we're live on a number of affiliates. If you're in the Western region, tune into Premier 100.5 FM in Takoradi, Beach 105.5 FM in Takoradi. In the Bono region, J Live 95.5 FM in Sunyai. In the Ashanti region, Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, Global 105.1 FM in Ho. Adanu 107.7 FM in Adakluwaya. In the Northern region, Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale. If you're in the Upper West region, Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. In the Upper East region, Source 100.1 FM in Boko. And in the Northeast region, Scarp 101.3 FM. Stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
We're grateful for your company this afternoon. Let's begin with politics. And co-founder of the Ghana Center for Democratic Development and governance analyst, Professor Bafo Ajimandua, says political parties should call their members to order and desist from making comments with the potential of causing fear and panic. The Ghana Police Service has also been advised to caution politicians against infuriating comments ahead of the December polls. Now, over the weekend, the Member of Parliament for Abetifi quoted public dissatisfaction from a section of the public, particularly members of the National Democratic Congress, on his comments that the New Patriotic Party will win the 2024 general elections by any means necessary. Well, in reaction to this, the governance analyst, Professor Bafo Ajimandua, says parties should take these comments seriously and take decisive actions against their members who make them. Well, before we take that, let's hear from the Abetifi MP who made the comment over the weekend.
2024 Abano, and now you're winning. I'm winning.
I have said that whether the NDC likes it or not,
they will not win the 2024 elections. They would not win. You can check their records. They would not win. The NPP would win the elections. So, we would do whatever it takes to win the elections. We're a political party with pastors, imams, and traditionalists. So whatever means we would take to win the elections, we would do so. Bend the sea if you don't understand. We will win and continue with our good works.
Well, in reaction to this, Professor Bafo Ajimendua says the consistency in Brian Echampon's comments is a cause for concern. This is the third time the MP is making these comments. If you remember, in 2023, he made similar comments. In March this year, he made similar comments. And the recent one over the weekend, Professor Bafo Ajimendua believes this can instigate members of the party in a wrong way.
And I think that's what provoked that reaction also from the NDC, that, there will be fire, you run away, all kinds. I think this is not healthy. It's not necessary for politicians to create fear and panic with their rhetoric towards election. We know that every election in our country tends to experience some extreme tension. People get worried. Church people go to their churches or wherever for prayers. People fast and all kinds of. And I think that should be enough from politicians of the need to comport themselves when they are on the platform. They should not instigate anybody to think that we are going to have tender brimstones when election comes.
You heard Professor Bafo Ajimendua. He's a governance analyst and co-founder of the Center for Democratic Development. Let's stay on issues relating to elections, and the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, CODEO, has commended political parties in the country for rejecting the proposal to close polls at 3 p.m. on election day. According to the Electoral Commission, election observers have suggested that the NDC should consider bringing forward the traditional 5 p.m. closure of polls to 3 p.m. to avoid late-night collation of results. However, in an interview with Citi News, the national coordinator of CODEO, Albert Ahin, asserts that the traditional 5 p.m. closing time allows sufficient time for the electorate to cast their ballots.
It has never even occurred in this commission before. It's not in the law in the first place. So I'm even wondering why the EC, maybe they were being too magnanimous by allowing them to send their people there. It could also be that they wanted to be extra transparent, okay? But if, on the other hand, it's being abused, then they are right to withdraw them. I, in the first place, wouldn't even want agents to be around when transfers are being made, because the law does not even back it. You can't defend it anywhere because the law is against it. It is not written anywhere that when transfers are being made, parties should be represented. If it's going to continue, definitely it's going to be chaotic. Don't be there, I'm going to be there. Don't be there, I'm going to be there. Then it's going to be chaotic.
The CODEO's national coordinator also called on an electoral commission to promptly release the voter register to political parties. Apologies for that delay. We'll bring you that inserts in subsequent bulletins. But now the vice presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, has asserted that the Akufo-Addo-led administration has outperformed all previous governments in Ghana's history. Speaking at the official launch of the Ashanti Regional NPP Campaign Working Committees and Women's Conference in Kumasi, Dr. Opoku Prempeh highlighted the numerous achievements of the government across various sectors, urging party faithfuls to rally behind the NPP under Dr. Baumia to secure the 2024 general elections.
Ababia Panibia Medi Ghana so Ensha hospital for 111 da. Ababia Magana NC school dying.
No government has commenced the construction of 111 hospitals. No government in this country has built schools and established universities like Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has done. No government has employed nurses and doctors over 200,000, and no government has employed teachers like Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and no government has experienced this intense hunger pandemic and given us free food, light and water like Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government.
But today minim said out about me aba or so by ya dia chen and I do the tea or so be born and I do abaso Sunday do Dr. Babia.
That's the vice presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh. Well, let's move to his boss, the NPP flag bearer, Dr. Bawumia, who says that he will extend the timelines for renewal of driver's licenses if he becomes president. The current regime requires that drivers renew their licenses every 2 years, but Dr. Bawumia believes the system is not convenient. He is thus proposing a system akin to the passport renewal where the years are extended to close to a decade. He made this known while addressing chiefs and stakeholders at Buadua in the Akotia constituency.
Drivers for your drivers. And then your driver's licenses, no.
Our drivers here, we are all drivers. We are required to renew our licenses every 2 years. We need to extend the years.
8 years, 10 years, let's make sure you can have the driver's license without having to go to renew it every year. It doesn't make sense.
Meanwhile, he has also been proposing to give chiefs equity stakes in future small-scale mining operations. I will bring you that insert subsequently. Now, let's move on to some other stories. A minority in Parliament is accusing the Ministry of the Interior of attempts to stampede investigations into alleged Secret Service recruitment in the country. This comes on the back of publications in the 7th August 2024 edition of the Ghanaian Times and Daily Graphic newspapers advertised the recruitment into the security services under the Ministry of the Interior. Now, in a statement, the minority disclosed that the recruitment advertised by the government is on the backdrop of a recent petition the caucus forwarded to the Commissioner on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Schwartz, demanding a probe into complaints of unequal and unfair recruitment of personnel into the security services. The minority has thus called on the government to ensure equal access for all eligible Ghanaians. Peter Lanchene Tobu is NDC's MP for Wa West and member of the Defence and Interior Committee of Parliament.
If a matter is under investigation, until it's completed, no matter what you do to change the template, the investigation will still go on full horn. So we are still expecting Shiraj to conduct the investigations, bring out recommendations, and we'll see how we can structure the system to reset the template to back to its status quo. Recruitment is a simple process. What is happening now is quite strange. We want the system to reset. We want to ensure that the youth of this country have equal access to equal opportunities. Young people who want to be police officers, who want to be soldiers, who want to be immigration officers, should be given the opportunity, and that opportunity should be equal to all. That is our simple message. If recruitment is not transparent, the suspicion is that we can likely have people who are not qualified to be in uniform finding themselves in uniform. And I've always said this. If you have 10 armed robbers who are probably a worry to the internal security system, they are less dangerous than one uniformed man who is a criminal. Because when you see a uniformed man, the perception in your heart is that this is a state security agent and you should be comfortable dealing with the person. But if this is a criminal clothed with state authority, that criminal is a very dangerous one. And that is why we ensure that recruitment should respect the principle of transparency and accountability. And people who are qualified by our standard procedure will be recruited. It is a very simple matter.
You heard the Member of Parliament for Wa Western, member of the Defence and Interior Committee of Parliament, Peter Lanchene Tobu. You're listening to the Citi Prime News live from our studio in Adabraka, Accra. When we return, National Lottery Authority says about 1 billion cedis of its estimated annual revenue ends up with illegal operators. We'll bring you the story and some others shortly. Please stay.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change. Imagine a one-stop shopping experience for all things made in Ghana at the This Is Ghana Exhibition 2024. Get ready to explore the remarkable fair to showcase the rich diversity, talent, innovation, and mastery of made in Ghana products and services with the This Is Ghana Exhibition 2024. Now, Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM invites you to immerse yourself in a vibrant showcase of authentic Ghanaian products and services in the biggest trade fair and exhibition for local SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing industries, homegrown businesses, and indigenous corporate bodies that Ghana has ever seen. We shall promote, we shall support, and patronize various Ghanaian products, solutions, and services that are redefining the views on indigenous products and their packaging across all sectors. The date, 31st of August and the 1st of September 2024. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. And the venue is the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Call us now on 0205-973-973 for inquiries on how to participate. The This Is Ghana Exhibition 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, Koa Natural, Ghana National Gas Company, Ghana Pay Mobile Money, FIFA Beverages, Ghana Exim Bank, Petroleum Commission Ghana, Global Share Alliance, and Built.
The grand finale of the Literacy Challenge 2024 is here. Congratulations to our top 10 finalists. But the big question is, who out of our top 10 wins the ultimate prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis, the Glitzy Trophy, and the bragging rights as the Literacy Challenge winner for 2024? Support your favorite student, support your school, and let's promote literacy in Ghana. Tune in live to Channel 1 TV for the grand finale on Saturday, 17th August 2024 at 12 noon. Call 0205-973-973 for more details. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap, Feel Fresh, Feel Alive, from the House of Wilma Africa Limited. Fortune spread for bread, yummy, delicious, always on point. Another quality product from Wilma Africa Limited. Ribby Biscuits by M4 Foods and Prospectus Ghana Limited. Your one-stop shop for all school items.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back to the bulletin. Let's bring you some more stories. The National Lottery Authority, the NLA, says about 1 billion Ghana cedis of its estimated revenue yearly ends up with illegal operators. The NLA reviews that about 780 illegal lotto operators have been cited across the country, contributing to its recent losses in revenue. Now, appearing before the Public Accounts Committee of the House, the Director General of the NLA, Samuel Uku, says efforts to clamp down on such unlawful lottery operators have been marked by political interferences.
We've been embarking on swoops, but the board took a firm decision last week that the NLA must now go out there to ensure that regardless of whoever you are, if you are not licensed to operate the lottery, we won't allow you to operate. We have an estimated 780 illegal operating lotto companies in Ghana. Illegal. And Ghana's lottery field is estimated by the World Lottery Association to raise 1.8 billion cedis a year. Out of this, about $1 billion is in the hands of the illegals. They don't pay taxes. You don't owe them. You go after them and it becomes a political matter. But now we have decided that in helping us get to that revenue mobilization point, if you are not licensed to operate lottery, we won't allow you to operate. Secondly, we are also procuring point of sale terminals because of our aging terminals. These terminals are 15 years old, 14 years old, and they don't function to perfection. We've also taken drastic steps in also clearing all our outstanding prizes and winners.
Sami Oko is Director General of the National Lottery Authority. Let's do some other stories. Now, workers of the produce buying company PBC are anticipating a favorable response from the company's management following their protest last week. Now, the workers staged a picketing to demand the payment of their one-year unpaid salaries, expressing concern over the severe impact of the delayed payments on their livelihoods. In an interview with Citi News, Seth Eduse, the vice chairman of the pressure group at PBC, voiced the workers' hopes for a positive outcome and urged management to address their grievances promptly.
The demonstration happened on Wednesday. That was last week. We also submitted our petition to Parliament, waiting for the feedback. At the moment, they are on recess, so we were not able to meet them, but the clerk received our petition all right. We have already made known our grievances to the whole general public. We are fortunate again to find another week. So we are hoping to get the feedback from this week going forward. So for now, I may not say anything to that effect, but I want to say that wherever we decided to send our petitions, we've been able to do all up to now. So just waiting for the feedback. Considering our situation, everybody who got into our situation to listen to us has intention to help us out of the situation. But it is too early for us to really determine who is going to do what. But we believe that it's going to be a positive feedback.
That's Seth Eduse. He's a vice chairman of the pressure group at the produce buying company. Now, a group calling itself Concerned Citizens of Komenda Traditional Area has changed the venue for its intended demonstration against the government's plan to lease the Komenda sugar factory. The earlier protest scheduled for Tuesday, August 13 in Komenda was also to get the government to reverse the decision to import raw sugar. The Minister for Trade and Industry, Katie Hammond, during a recent visit to the Komenda Sugar Factory, announced plans by the government to lease the factory to Indian-based firm West Africa Agro Limited for a renewable term of 15 to 20 years. Convener of the Concerned Citizens of Komenda Traditional Area, Samuel Awuja, says the demonstration, which will now be held in Accra, must have a national feel because the decision affects every Ghanaian.
We've also come to acknowledge that, yes, the government might be paying attention, but it won't be as when the demonstration is organized in Accra. It tends to have the impact that we want to have. We want the factory to work. We want the government to pay much attention to Komenda Sugar Factory. And then our demands will also be met. Komenda Sugar Factory is not for only the indigents of Komenda. It's for the whole Ghanaians. So we think we will join forces with the youth in Ghana. Then we demonstrate and we send our petition to the presidency. This time around, we are not even sending it to the Ministry of Trade. We want to send our petition to the president so that he will directly order or he will call for the factory to be fully operational. It's a full-blown demonstration, and it's going to be a sit-in. We are going to demonstrate so the government hears our plea before they start from. The date will be communicated very, very soon.
Samuel Awuja is convener of the Concerned Citizens of Komenda Traditional Area. Now, the Africa Center for Health Policy Research Analysis says an assurance by former President John Mahama of completing the Agenda 111 projects he voted into office is in the right direction. John Mahama, who previously criticized the scope and feasibility of the Health Infrastructure Expansion Initiative, in a recent interaction said his government will continue and finish the projects to create more space for the employment of health sector workers. Now, speaking to Citi News on the back of this assurance, Executive Director of the Health CSO, Dr. Thomas Anaba, lauded the comments, arguing it makes economic sense.
I am not only happy he is going to his promise to continue with all projects that have been started. It means he's also going to continue with the training of the needed human resource to fit in those places. And those who are at home without getting jobs to do, would get jobs to do. But not only the people at home who don't have jobs to do, but working towards achieving the universal health coverage, where everybody would have a hospital close to him and the needed human resource available to provide them the needed services so that they can enjoy the health benefits of government. So it is a call in the right direction. The criticism at that time was genuine. However, I will tell you that the government is not putting up 111 facilities. They have started something, but it's not up to 101. They themselves cannot even complete it. They can't even complete the few that they have started. But if he's saying that he will come and continue with it, it makes economic sense for him to come and complete it because money would have been thrown into it, and we don't like it to go waste. So he needs to continue them. And at the same time, he needs to also provide employment for the teeming youth who have graduated from nursing training colleges, young doctors who have graduated, to be able to get jobs to do instead of sitting at home.
Executive Director of the Africa Center for Health Policy Research Analysis, Dr. Thomas Anaba. The Ministry of Transport has announced that maintaining the yet-to-be-commissioned Jamestown Fishing Harbour will be a top priority. The ministry is urging all stakeholders who will be using the facility to support the government's efforts to ensure the harbour is well maintained. The new fishing harbour was constructed with $50 million in aid from the Chinese government over 4 years. In a media interview following a project tour, Sector Minister Kweku Ofori-Esiama expressed his satisfaction with the completed Jamestown Fishing Harbour.
The media should also try to help me to rebuild the sentiment that we all talk about it. We use people's money in building facilities. The one is handed over to the youth agency or the user agency. They are not able to maintain it for the general benefit of everybody. And for me, that is a concern. And it should be a concern to the media. That let us all put us, let's retreat, let's remind them the need for us to maintain this facility for future generations also to come and also benefit from it. So it is important that we should generate enough money from our operations to help us to maintain the facility. And the people that they are going to hand over to maintaining the facility.
Minister of Transport there, Kweku Ofori-Esiama. Now, 2 cases of dengue fever have been confirmed in the Kajibi district of the Oti region following tests conducted on some 4 persons in the district. The confirmed cases by the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research are of a 24-year-old female and a 21-year-old male who are both responding to treatment according to a circular signed by the acting regional director of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. David Sapong-Opong. The samples, according to the Ghana Health Service, were taken following an enhanced surveillance. Health professionals in the Oti region are, however, making concerted efforts to contain the outbreak of dengue fever following the detection of 2 cases. Now, Ghana concluded its Olympic campaign with no medals at this year's Summer Games in Paris, despite sending 8 athletes to compete. This marks a decline from the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, where the country won a bronze medal thanks to Samuel Tichi's success in boxing. City Sports' Gabby Ofair provides a summary of the day's event with the United States emerging as a top performer, securing a total of 129 medals.
The United States of America and China finished with an equal number of 40 gold medals each. But the USA secured the top spot overall due to winning more silver medals, 44 compared to China's 27. Japan placed third with 20 gold medals, maintaining their position from the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Australia achieved their best ever medal tally, finishing 4th with 18 gold medals. Host nation France came in 5th with 16 gold medals, marking their best results since topping the medal table in 1900 when Paris last hosted the Games. In Africa, Kenya led with 11 medals, followed by Algeria with 3, South Africa with 6. For Ghana, all 8 athletes did not advance to the finals in their respective event, a decline from the 2020 Olympics, where Samuel Tichi won bronze in the boxing event. Ghana this time did not have any representation in boxing, although the communications director, Jojo Efson, has dismissed claims that the sport is on a decline.
I want to disagree in the first place that boxing is in crisis. Boxing in Ghana still remains the nation's leading medal prospect, as evident at the Commonwealth Games, the recent African Games, and then the 2020 Tokyo. Ghana boxing, for that matter, most boxing nations who are not setting their fundamentals right, just like Ghana, have become victims of circumstances of world power play in boxing.
In response to Ghana's disappointing performance, George Haldane Lutrot, the former chairman of Ghana Athletics, has stated that there are underlying issues that the Ghana Olympic Committee and government need to address before the next Olympic Games in Los Angeles 2028.
I wouldn't, like I said, the athletes did their best. But unfortunately, I don't think we should be looking at that. We should be asking why don't we think we could have done better? And I think those are the underlying reasons. The Olympics are just ended. How many athletes did you take about? And you're including the swimmers. The swimmers, we all knew that we were just there to kind of improve their performance. You know, like I talked about track and field athletes. There were athletes there who could have won medal. Like some of us were saying before, the best was not good enough because of this. I believe that fundamentally the coaching should be looked at. The athletes get the best coaching. It's when you see an athlete in the Olympic Games, it's a synergy between the coach and the athlete. And if you do not send the right coaches, you're going to have a problem.
You heard that report filed by Citi Sports' Gabby Ofair, ending today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka, Accra. Log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. My name is Ajuatin Gramadomna. Thank you for your company. Good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302-224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.